Direct from Broadway, the smash hit musical American Idiot tells the story of three lifelong friends forced to choose between their dreams and the safety of suburbia. Their quest for true meaning in a post-9/11 world leads them on the most exhilarating theatrical journey of the season. Based on Green Day's Grammy Award-winning multi-platinum album, American Idiot boldly takes the American musical where it's never gone before. The result is an experience the New York Times declares as thrilling, emotionally charged, and as moving as any Broadway musical. The award-winning vocal ensemble CONVOS has a sound that is powerful yet intimate, their 9 voices melding in an exquisite blend. In their program, On the Shoulders of Giants, CONVOS considers musical giants within many traditions and genres, featuring masterworks by Schubert and Mendelssohn, as well as arrangements by songwriters John Lennon and Paul McCartney. The legendary Dr. Lonnie Smith is one of the most original voices on the Hammond B3 organ. He arrived on the scene in the 50s during the heyday of the jazz organ trio, which features organ, guitar, and drums. Ever the innovator, no genre is safe from Smith's transformative touch, as he has reimagined the music of the Beatles, John Coltrane, Beck, and Jimi Hendrix. Get ready, because this performance will be a non-stop groove party. The 5-time Tony Award-nominated smash hit, Rock of Ages, turns the clock back to the 80s when a small-town girl meets a big-city dreamer on LA's Sunset Strip. It's a feel-good love story told through the hit songs of iconic 1980s rockers Journey, Styx, REO Speedwagon, Twisted Sister, Poison, and more. Don't miss this awesomely good time where big hair meets big dreams, and the result totally wails. Buddy Guy, the guitarist who built the bridge between blues and rock and roll, comes to the intimate confines of Loeb Playhouse for one electrifying night. This blues guitar god influenced the likes of Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, and countless others. And since Guy's resurgence in the late 1980s, he has earned 6 Grammys, a 2003 National Medal of Arts, and a 2005 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Tell you how much a butter will come a pound.
Renowned animal expert Jack Hanna will showcase some of his exotic furry and feathered animal friends from all parts of the world live on stage. See video clips and hilarious bloopers from his TV shows, hear about his amazing adventures, and listen to touching stories about endangered animals from around the world. Humorist, author, and storyteller Garrison Keillor returns to Elliott Hall of Music as part of WBAA's 90th anniversary celebration. This special live broadcast of Keillor's radio show, A Prairie Home Companion, will feature an ensemble cast, special guest appearances, comedy sketches, musical interludes, and Keillor's signature monologue, The News from Lake Wobegon. A Prairie Home Companion has grown into one of NPR's most popular shows, with 4 million weekly listeners on more than 600 public radio stations. Irish mezzo-soprano Naomi O'Connell was awarded first prize in the 2011 Concert Artists Guild International Competition and recently starred opposite Tyne Daly as the aspiring opera singer Sharon Graham in Terence McNally's Master Class, both on Broadway and London's West End. Her program, entitled Words to Love and Live By, explores life lessons, big decisions, and small wonders with works by Samuel Barber, Leonard Bernstein, Hugo Wolf, and more. The National Theatre of Scotland returns to Purdue with the runaway hit of the 2011 Edinburgh Fringe Festival, The Strange Undoing of Prudencia Hart. Prudencia, an ivory tower academic, sweetly lost in her research on Scottish folk music, finds her world comically unhinged as the love and mythology of her research springs to surprising life. For this production, Duncan Hall will be transformed into the friendly and intimate confines of a Scottish pub. The Herald called Prudencia rambunctiously life-affirming and touchingly beautiful. Inspired by the popular book, The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, this story begins where the book leaves off, with Alexander T. Wolfe on trial for the murder of two of the three little pigs. Reporter pig Lillian McGill claims nobody has ever heard the Wolfe side of the story, and she is hungry for the truth. Guilty or not guilty? You'll have to be the judge. The piano duo, Anderson and Rowe, has been described as Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, transposed from the dance floor to the keyboard. The duo has appeared on MTV and NPR as part of the Clyburn Concert Series, and at dozens of summer chamber music festivals. Together, they bring a fresh, visionary approach to classical repertoire, along with dazzling adaptations of songs from Michael Jackson to Radiohead. Spice up the holidays in the traditional New Orleans style of the world-renowned Preservation Hall Jazz Band's Creole Christmas, an irresistible gumbo of holiday classics filled with blues, jazz, and ragtime flair. You'll hear timeless jazz standards, along with their trademark takes on holiday favorites, such as Swinging in a Winter Wonderland, White Christmas, and more. SHREK the Musical, based on the Oscar-winning DreamWorks film that started it all, brings the hilarious story of everyone's favorite ogre to life on stage. In a faraway kingdom turned upside down, things get ugly when an unseemly ogre, not a handsome prince, shows up to rescue a feisty princess. Featuring a terrific score of 19 all-new songs, SHREK the Musical is part romance, part twisted fairy tale, and all irreverent fun for everyone. It's been more than 50 years since Duke Ellington conceived and composed such sweet thunder as a long-form exploration of the larger-than-life characters devised by William Shakespeare. Now the renowned trombonist Delfeayo Marsalis has revisited Ellington's classic suite and recast it for a stellar octet. Delfeayo is indeed from the musical Marsalis family, but as one of the most accomplished trombonists of his generation, he has blazed his own path, having toured with Art Blakey, Max Roach, and Elvin Jones. Now he'll kick off the Purdue Jazz Festival with a Midwinter Night's Dream of an octet. How I Became a Pirate is a musical adventure based on the best-selling children's book by Melinda Long. Young Jeremy Jacob is digging in the sand when he is greeted by Captain Braidbeard and his mates, and is recruited to help find the perfect hiding spot for their treasure. The pirate world proves to have many surprises for Jeremy Jacob and his new pirate friends. The nights bring the spirit of late-night chamber music reading parties from a Brooklyn home to Loeb Playhouse. Brothers Colin and Eric Jacobson of breakout string quartet Brooklyn Rider are also composers, arrangers, and singer-songwriters from whose gatherings the nights evolved. Joining them for a unique sonic counterpoint is Wu Man, the world's best-known player of the Chinese pipa. The fascinating program will include Lou Harrison's Concerto for Pipa and Orchestra and more. Cows that type? Hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? Click Clack Moo is the hilariously moving new musical from Theater Works about negotiation and compromise, and is based on the Caldecott Honor Book by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. Find out what happens when the barnyard goes on strike. To celebrate its centennial, the Joffrey Ballet, one of America's premier companies, has resurrected The Rite of Spring with its original choreography by Vaslav Nijinsky and musical score by Igor Stravinsky in a handsomely remounted production with lavish sets and luxurious costuming. The program will also feature two stunning new works, Age of Innocence and After the Rain. Direct from Australia, Circus Oz is a rocking, rolling, animal-free circus filled with death-defying stunts, amazing acrobatics, and irreverent comedy, all backed by a killer live band. The New York Times described Circus Oz as simultaneously laid back, satirical, funny, slightly naughty, chaotic, and richly musical. Take the whole family down under the big top for the audacious spectacle of Circus Oz. The title track of Vijay Iyer's most recent release, Accelerando, is a continuously accelerating whirlwind that could easily be the metaphor for the pace of critical acclaim mounting behind his output. For over a decade, Vijay Iyer has pursued a musical vision grounded in groove that is powerful, rhythmically intricate, and filled with improvisational fluidity. In his ear, Thelonious Monk, classical music, electronica, African drumming, and Indian music combine as dazzling catalysts for his highly interactive trio, featuring bassist Stephen Crump and drummer Marcus Gilmore. In celebration of the Brentano String Quartet's 20th anniversary, the revered group will present Fragments, connecting past and present. Inspired by Schubert's highly regarded but unfinished piece, Quartet Satz, the quartet commissioned 6 composers to respond to, rather than finish, 6 unfinished works by the aforementioned master, along with greats Haydn, Schoenberg, and Shostakovich. The new works provide an auditory exploration of the history and memory behind some of the finest unfinished works in classical music history.